Hi, welcome to the Gear Garage. My name is Zach, and this is my little show about whitewater things. Today I want to talk about the Astral Blue Jacket. This is my favorite PFD right now for rafting, raft guiding, just everyday use for like most Class 3 and Class 4. This is basically a pared down version of the Astral Green Jacket, which is the go-to PFD right now for most whitewater kayakers, especially people doing hard stuff. And if I'm going to go do like Class 4 and 5, I'll probably bring the Green Jacket, because it has a bunch of safety features, including the safety ring and the safety harness that I've been trained on how to use, but I've rarely used in the real world. And I think most paddlers don't need the safety harness. I think it's something that most people are not going to tie themselves onto a rope and go jump into the river to save the day. And I would say you only need that again if, I'm not going to get into it, but you probably don't need it. And we'll talk about that separately in another discussion somewhere else. So if you want a pared down version of the Green Jacket that costs less, the Blue Jacket's a great option. And you can add a safety harness as well. Like Astral does sell one you can add to this, so if you later on want it, you can get it. The big advantage of the Green Jacket is it has all kinds of extra stitching and extra just stuff to make it a little bit more bomber. But I personally think this is the vest for most people. And there's three reasons I really like it. One of them is fashion, one of them is comfort, and one of them is the pockets. It just has awesome pockets. So first of all, fashion, these just look cool. I'm sorry, like they look cooler than every PFD in the market. They're fit nice, they have cool colors. I love this blue. There's a really cool red I wish I could have gotten, but it was sold out because it's more visible. It's just a cool red. And it's just like, they look awesome. They have the cool branding and stuff. You can look cool wearing them around. So that's one thing. Two is just the fit. It just fits well. It fits the body well. It has nice panels everywhere. It's easy to tighten up and adjust right here. I can tighten it pretty quickly or loosen it based on what I'm doing. It just fits really well. And I like that this one has the side entry. And so you just, there's 3 buckles there. It goes up, comes off and on really easy. The Green Jacket, at least the US version, you have to put on over your head. And it's like doing yoga getting into it every time. It's just slightly annoying. And so this one comes off and on really easy. As a guide, when I'm pulling my PFD off and I'm going for side hikes or making lunch or in camp, I'm taking my PFD on and off quite a few times a day. I really like that this goes on really easy. I'm not adjusting a bunch of buckles and things every single time I put on. That's a huge bonus of this PFD, is that it's this buckle side entry. And then finally, the pockets. This thing has awesome pockets. It has this big clamshell pocket that Astral's famous for. Astral invented this. Everybody's copying it now. This is the OG pocket. It has a big space. I just leave stuff floating in here that I want to get to easily, like sunscreen and just things I carry with me. I have my river knife in here. It's easy to get to. It also has these 2 zipper pockets. So if you want to zipper in your keys, I'll put trash in here a lot because there's some trash from my last trip. I'll put trash in here. If I give somebody a snack and they give me their trash back, or I just find trash on the ground, I can put it in here super easy and get to it later. So this pocket is awesome. You can put your flip line in here, those of you that raft, or if even kayak. It's nice to have a length of webbing with a carabiner at the end. It just, to me, gets jumbled up, right? It's just too much stuff in here, and I pull it out and stuff flies everywhere, the way I organize things. So Astral has these nice little accessory pockets on the sides, and they're pretty cool. There's one here, there's one here. I carry my flip line here. I sometimes carry one pulley over here. Depends what I'm doing. The only downside of these pockets is that they're not super durable. The Green Jacket has these, I think this is ballistics nylon that's super durable in its side pockets. And here on the Blue Jacket, if you can see, it's just sort of like a breathable mesh. And I've put holes in this breathable mesh before with a pulley because it has kind of sharp edges. So they're good pockets, but they're not as durable on the Blue Jacket. And there's also this space behind here. You could put some stuff. It's probably gonna fall out. Like if you're rafting, you have a map you want to have quick access to. You can put it in there. If you swim, it'll probably fall out, which is different on the Green Jacket because it has this like bungee area. I've actually seen people put their flip lines here before for very quick access. This jacket doesn't have that like bungee area behind it, but it is a spot you could put something. So those are some of my favorite features about this PFD. The big downside for me is flotation. And it's a problem I see with all PFDs. Most PFDs people use now were designed for kayaking, where you really need awesome range of motion. You want something minimalist. And so you're going to have 15 and a half, 16 pounds, which is the minimum required, so you can have maximum flexibility. Now, if you swim, this is not a lot of flotation for most of us. It's pretty minimal flotation. And for me in particular, I'm a bigger guy. It barely keeps my head above water, to be honest with you. And if I start throwing in my flip line and pulleys and knives and things, it really doesn't float very well, and especially as it gets older. So you take this PFD, this minimal PFD, let it like wear down for a couple years, add a bunch of metal to it, and it's not going to keep your head above water that well. So for me, if I'm guiding class 2 and 3 and the swims aren't that bad, I feel like this is adequate. But as I go do more difficult things, I'm really concerned about flotation. And I wish somebody would make a PFD like this with just more flotation. And there's not many great options out there. There's some with like 17 pounds or 18 pounds. But my big worry for rafting in particular, especially if you're a bigger guy like me or bigger woman like me, if you're bigger like me, is just having like an option that has a lot more flotation. And so if you're 110 pounds, this is probably perfectly adequate. But for me, it's not the best. And it's the case of all PFDs. And Stolquist made one called the Big Kahuna for a while. They stopped making it. There weren't people buying it. I wish they had, because it was a sweet PFD. Mustang Survival makes this Rescue PFD with a bunch of flotation. But, it's a little bit too bright. And I'm not even sure they even sell these to the public right now. It does have the safety harness super built in and all kinds of like military almost features to it. But ideally, they would make something like this without all the stuff and cool colors, like bright colors, not black with bright yellow, but like something that, I don't know, that just looks cooler. Because this, and again, this is pretty comfortable, but fashionable. No, it doesn't fit the fashionable category. So my only downside of this PFD and recommending it is it doesn't have flotation. But unfortunately, I don't have a good suggestion for you in terms of flotation. So to me right now, this is my favorite rafting PFD. I use it all the time. And again, if I'm going to go guide something technically really hard where I'm maybe going to tie myself to a rope and save the day, which could happen anywhere, right? Maybe in class 2 it could happen, but I'm not excited to tie myself to a rope and jump into a river. But if I was, I would switch over to my green jacket for something more difficult maybe, or one of the different PFDs that I have. So that's it on the green jacket, the blue jacket in blue. The one more thing I forgot to mention. A lot of people have complained that it says it has a place for hydration bladder, but I guess it's not that great. I don't know. Please comment if you know about the hydration pack. I don't usually use them, but supposedly it's hydration pack compliant. But I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But if you have experience with it, leave comments in the comment section below so I can learn about that, and so can everybody else. So that's it for this episode. Again, anytime you want to give me a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all the stuff. And yeah, see you in the next episode. Thanks.